Cheers, legends. Sammy from Short and Stout Beer Reviews. We have two beers here from Shapeshifter Brewing Co. They're out of, I think it's Findon in Adelaide. It's like just northwest of the city. Looks like it's pretty close to the city, so just call it Adelaide. One of them's a West Coast IPA. The other is an oat cream double IPA. I think it was for a birthday release or something like that. Looked like I reckon I read birthday somewhere. Anyway, it's the Force of Clarity is the name of the West Coast IPA, and that is 7.8%. It's cool too. It's got the actual malt, hops, and yeast that they use. They've broken it all down. 440 ml can, and then the oat cream is so that's a double IPA, so a bit stronger, 8.3%. 440 ml can as well, and that's called the Force of HAZE. So the Force of Clarity and the Force of HAZE, just pretty much just referring to the actual appearance of the beer. So yeah, I'm obviously more of a West Coast man than hazy, so be interesting to see which one I prefer. These guys have got a little bit of hype to them. They're probably, as far as South Australian beer goes at the moment, they're probably one of the better ones over that way. I'm thinking I might go the Westie first. Normally I go the juicier beer and finish on the bitter one, but I'm going to mix it up. So I really want the Westie. I'm going to try that first. Cheers to Angie and Dan in the chat. Good to see you. So yeah, I didn't do a review last night. I'm sort of just going to sort of drop it back a bit and just do them like the occasional weeknights, and then obviously more on the weekend. So yeah, the Force of Clarity, I'll read what it says on the back. 4 years of brewing has taught us that simplicity, precision, and patience reveal the sharpest expression of hops. This West Coast IPA, built on a clean grist bill and fermented warm with lager yeast, shines with crystal clarity. Old school and new world hops deliver resin, citrus, and pine in perfect balance, a beer that embodies focus. So, yeah, if it's pine citrus, ooh, baby. So, yeah, it says on this one, the malt they use is Pilsner, Carapils, and flaked corn. And then the hops, they've got Cascade, Simcoe, Citra, and Southern Cross. Southern Cross is actually one of my favourite hops. It's fairly rare. You don't see it very often. And then they've got the Lallemand Diamond yeast. I dare say the other one's Lallemand too. Yeah, Pomona. So yeah, let's start with this Westie. I can't wait. I haven't had any beers since, I think I had one beer Monday, or maybe two. That was it. Obviously, my first beer for the day, just having the two. Got early starts this week, so. And I've got a big follow-up doctor's appointment tomorrow, so yeah, sort of want to be tip-top for that. Be interesting because, yeah, I've got to have some further, like, testing and stuff, so it'd be just good to know exactly what's going on. But yeah, I felt pretty good this week. So it's probably more of a, I mean, they do use Carapils in it. I thought it might have a bit of a darker body, but it looks more new school. Cheers, Juzzy. Cheers, Steve. Good to see you. So yeah, it's about a 1 finger head. It's got very lively carbonation. I would say like yellow straw color. Probably medium body, almost light to medium. And yeah, it's relatively clean. Like I can practically see through it. So yeah, let's go with. Yep. Yeah, I went to Juicy Festival up in Brisbane, and it was organised by Range, and Shapeshifter were the only brewery there from South Australia. And yeah, I remember the beers I had there. I was quite impressed, and I've had a few others from them, but everything I've had's been sort of like limited release hazies and like super fresh. So I haven't tried sort of a big scope of their stuff. Like I'd love to try some stouts, and like it'd be interesting to see how the Westie goes. And yeah, cheers, Juzzy. I watched a bit of your live before, mate. Good to see you back into it. So yeah, you're getting like quite big like orange, tangerine, even like lemon. Come on, mate, don't start this bullshit. You gotta move. Hang on. Oh. Last time I did a review, I remember he did this thing when he kept kicking his leg up and he was like scratching on me back. He started doing it again. I'm like, I'm not putting up with this again. Yeah, it's got like huge lemon zest, almost like you get with like a lager. Yeah, orange, tangerine, possibly even like mandarin. It's definitely more citrusy. I even get like I'm gonna say pink grapefruit. I'm not really getting any tropical notes. And there you can, I reckon, faintly in the background, there's like a touch of pine and like earth. But yeah, up front, definitely citrusy. Cheers, Cherie. Good to see you. Let's get into it anyway. Cheers. Ooh. It's sort of got a bit of a difference to it. I don't know how to put my finger on it. It's definitely got some pine and resin and slight dankness. It's very dry. The bitterness is probably moderate, but it's got this like it's a bit of an odd character to it, like a funny aftertaste. What's your favourite out of the South Australian breweries, Steve? Unfortunately, a couple of them have shut, haven't they? Like Little Bang and someone else. One thing I had before that it's like so random. I had a bath. I always like when I've said to people like at work and that, like some of the girls at work, it's like, oh yeah, I had a bath. They just think it's like the funniest thing ever, like adults having baths. Surely other people have them occasionally. It's surely it's not just a little kid thing. Like if I feel a bit sore, like I mean, obviously when I played a lot of footy and cricket and stuff, I'd have baths more regularly. But like even in my like middle ages now, like if you have a couple of days where you feel a bit sore after like work or you've been doing something physical, I just think having a bath with a bit of salt in it makes you feel better. It's also good too if you're feeling a bit sick. Cheers, Craig. Good to see you, mate. Yeah, see, where I live is like it's not just a separate bath and a shower, it's that combination. I fucking hate it. I hate every time you get into a shower having to step into a bath. It's just stupid. Yeah, that whatever that taste is that I'm getting, I can't get past it. It's like it's something to do with the yeast. It's got like a real sort of yeasty character. Like everything else about the beer I like, but it's just got this one distinctive character I can't get past. Yeah, Pirate Life is fucking awesome. 612 and Loophole. Well, there you go. Can't say I have had a beer from either of those. I have heard of 612. Actually, I may have had maybe one or two beers from them, but Loophole, I don't even think I've even heard of. That's cool. When you've had Shapeshifter, did you get like a funny aftertaste? Because that's what I'm experiencing now. Hit the old like button out there too, peeps. Like the level of pine, it'd be nice if it was a little bit more. The citrus is great. There's nothing wrong with that, but it's got this like when the dryness and the bitterness comes through, you get this other character, and it just comes across like it's like a funny yeasty character, like the sort of character you get from like I don't know, like a homebrew beer or something. That certainly doesn't sell it. It's still going down quick, but I think it's just because I'm thirsty. I got some shopping delivered tonight, right? And I ordered I just got a heap of like stuff mainly for like the weekend and next week. But tonight I just wanted like to make up some chicken rolls, like chicken and salad rolls. I ordered 2 packs. One was like the straight up soft rolls, and then the second one was the cheese and bacon ones. I just hadn't had them for a while, and I thought, oh, that'd taste pretty nice having chicken and salad on the cheese and bacon rolls. They had the soft ones, so I got them. But then, as a replacement for the ones they didn't have, they replaced it with these tiny little croissants. And I'm like, that is the worst substitute product I've ever seen. How the fuck do you swap out an egg and bacon roll that you normally like cut open and put stuffing on to like having this tiny little croissant thing that you can't even like cut into because it's so small? I'm like, they may as well have just fucking gave me my money back. I'm not even going to use the croissants unless I like take them to work and put them in the toasty or something. Oh, cool. So loopholes over this side of SA. Do they have an online site? Because they're on this side of South Australia, I'm surprised I haven't seen their beers. Just because I'm on that side of Victoria. Yeah, I'll probably add half of that, I reckon. So I might revisit it. Maybe it gets better. See, I got a huge hint of pine there. Piney, resinous, sort of sharp, earthy, massive citrus, but yeah, just that whatever that taste is. It's like a water profile thing or a yeast thing, I reckon. It just tastes funny. Anyway, let's try the haze. So the force of haze, which is a double. Oh yeah, I reckon I've got a membership for TJ's channel about 40 times. One thing that sucks, I know, like it's a thing that you've done and you reckon it improves your channel, but it sucks in a way now that we can't even like click on other people's channels to check their channels out and stuff. That's one thing that's good when you're a mod. Normally you'd be able to like say Steve here, I could just click on his name and it would go to his channel and that. But when you're not a mod, you can't even do that. You can't like copy links or anything. So yeah, that's one thing you're probably going to find that people will get a bit annoyed with. I'll read what it says on the back first. So yeah, it's got the same brand yeast. So hopefully this brand's not shit. Lallemand. This one's called Pomona. The Westie was called Lallemand Diamond, and Angus has just jumped up behind me again. He better not start. This one has Pilsner malt, malted oats, rolled oats, wheat, carapils, and lactose. The hops in this one is Cascade, Motueka, and Citra Abstract. And yeah, it's 8.3%, so a bit stronger. Cheers, Smokey. I've got a feeling I'm going to have a disappointing night from Shapeshifter. Just on appearance of this beer, I just don't think it's going to be that great. I could be wrong. But yeah, the West Coast definitely didn't hit the spot like I thought it might. Steve could be right. Shapeshifter might be a bit average. Okay, so it's pretty light in body and colour. Even the haze is more of a cloudy sort of haze. So 2-finger white head, similar body to the last one. It's like medium, but almost like light. So light to medium sort of thing. Carbonation's a bit lighter on this one. The color, I would say, like a pale yellow. Yeah, it doesn't really look creamy or anything like that. It looks very, very light for an oat cream double IPA. So yeah, it kind of looks a bit disappointing in appearance. Let's go with. Oh, Smokey, you'll be happy. I got quite a few New Zealand beers coming in there. I did an order through the Otter's Promise, which is a bottle shop in Armidale in Melbourne. And I got some 8 Wired, some Double Vision, some Urbanaut, some Duncans. Yeah, I think I got about maybe like 8 Kiwi beers all up. So that'd be pretty cool. So I get that same sort of lemon zest on this one. Orange. I get like it's definitely some tropical, maybe like pineapple and mango. Jeez. Yeah, you've had it like really hot and now it's raining all the time. Yeah, there's a bit of a worry here. Like I'm obviously near a bushfire area, and on Friday and Saturday it's meant to be really hot and windy again, so they're real concerned. They've been wanting to do some backburning in certain areas, but yeah, every time they go to organise it, it's too windy and the wind keeps changing direction. You do get a slight sort of like milky like smell to it. Like the lactose and the oats and that gives off like a slight sort of milkiness. It reminds me of like a lemon cheesecake or something like that. It's just very strong lemon. Lemon's like not normally a character you get hugely in like hazies. But yeah, both these beers have had it. Yeah, the Urban Alt beer, dude, is two beers in one. So it's got like I don't know how it's designed, but it's a long can and it's like broken in the middle. So you've got like I think the top half's an IPA and I think the second half's a sour. And what they encourage you to do is try both of them separate and then do them as like a together beer sort of thing. It's a pretty cool idea. I'll definitely review that one. Anyway, let's get into this. Let's fingers crossed it's better than the last one. Cheers. What is going on? Time to check the dates, I think. God, that's hard to read. I'm certain they're not that old. I got a feeling they're about 2 or 3 months old, which they shouldn't. Yeah, it shouldn't be like an age thing. Yeah, they've just got this like just the same sort of taste. You get this funny flavour, like a yeasty character. Disappointing. It's also got a little bit of booze to it. Like these certainly aren't the beers that I've had from Shapeshifter in the past. When I first had their beers, they were decent. This is poop. From Southwest Victoria, mate. What about yourself? Welcome in. I'm currently drinking two beers from a brewery in Adelaide, and they're not living up to how I thought they'd be. The disappointing thing is beer is so fucking expensive in Australia, and you work hard, you spend good money. You spend good money on some of these beers, just as single beers, and then the quality's pretty average, and it fucking annoys you. Maltman beers, cool. Do they do all different styles? One brewery that's pretty going all right on the coast of New South Wales. I don't know if it's your way or north of Sydney. Seeker Brewing, they're doing some good shit. The lot. Yep, cool. Best stout you've had. Awesome. Yeah, I'll have to check them out. Are they relatively new or been around for a while? It's always good getting some new peeps in and have a bit of knowledge. I love a good stout. 2-man operation. Cool. Yeah, I thought they were somewhere near there. Yep. Yeah, it seems like your area's got some good beer. The Gong. So I'm guessing you're a rugby league man. Who's the main team that is it? Illawarra that what Wollongong people would mainly support? A lot of pissheads here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've seen like footage of the nightlife there, and there was like heaps of bogans and stuff, but it looked like a good time. Dragons, yeah, thought so. Cool. Oh, welcome in, brother. Yeah, unfortunately, these two just haven't hit the spot. They've just got this same sort of aftertaste. I mean, the West Coast was really dry and had some bitterness. This is just like sweet and fruity, but they've both got this distinct sort of character. Like it's almost like a yeasty or a water thing, and it's a bit off-putting. What's the what's the water normally like in South Australia? I'll always remember as a kid, like playing footy and that you'd have certain cities that would be known to have real shit drinking water. And I remember Port Fairy being real bad. You'd like at half time you'd be playing footy and they'd bring out the oranges and you'd smash into them and then you'd have like a big like bottle of water and you'd be like, this is terrible. What is this shit? Port Fairy was such a beach town, even their footy oval had sand underneath. If I wasn't working so early, I'd have another beer after these just to redeem myself. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Because I used to hang in heaps of beer channels. Like before I started my own channel, I was always in the chat of heaps of other people's channels. And yeah, I think I had about I don't know, 40 or 50 subscribers, and it was always funny because I didn't even have any channel like or content. They're like, oh, we'll just subscribe to you for when you do start something. Yeah, I was always real active in chats. Like I was always the one really like writing heaps of questions and giving people shit and like just full of banter. But it's good. Like you get people like that, and it makes the chat like the chat flows and makes it easier for the person hosting as well. Because yeah, you've got that one person that's just fucking keeping the chat running, and yeah. So all the guys that I sort of grew up watching, like now that I'm mates with and that, they sort of remember me as the smart ass in the chat and stuff. It's pretty funny. Drunken rants, yeah. Shit. It's so hard when you work early and it's daylight savings and you like got to go to bed and it's not even dark outside. I fucking hate that. It's so hard trying to go to sleep and you know it's like not even dark. So has anyone got anything exciting on for the weekend? I sort of want to do something for Australia Day, but I just can't be fucked traveling anywhere. I want to be real patriotic and wear as much Aussie gear as possible just to annoy the fuckheads that don't like it. I think it's the perfect year to do that sort of thing with the way the fucking government's been. Yeah. Yeah, you might be right with the old Shapeshifter, Steve. These two beers have been disappointing. Oh, so it's actually flooding. Yeah, that's fucked. Hmm. Yeah, I reckon the rest of the week I'll do that. I really want to do that working title, the real piney beer. I'll do that at one stage. Um, what else was I going to do this week? I've got the new subscriber pack by Evil Mega Corp, so I might do that at some stage. It's got a barrel aged porter in it, so I'm looking forward to that. I got some one drop sours I need to get through. I could nearly even do a stream where I do about 3 of them in one hit. I don't know if I told you last night, but yeah, a brewery that sent me beers from Adelaide. They went through Aramex, right, instead of Australia Post. And Aramex normally just drop it on your porch, even if you're not home. Anyway, I wasn't home and they must have had a slip on their sign for delivery. I was at work and I live alone, so it's always going to be a pain in the ass. Anyway, normally then if they're not going to leave them behind, they would take it to we've got a transport depot that's only about a 10-minute walk from where I live. Normally it would have went there, but for some reason they've fucking taken it back to Geelong to the depot. And it's like, it's fucking, they're like, oh, you can come and pick it up. I'm like, I'm not driving hours just to fucking go to Geelong to pick up beers that I paid like some postage for. That's fucking ridiculous. So it's like I'm trying to organise a redelivery now, but yeah, they don't fucking respond to any of your messages. If you're gonna just rock up and like expect me to sign for delivery, at least give me a time so then I know if it's like I could say, no, I'm going to be at work. Can you please deliver it at this time? But no, just turn up and then fucking take it all the way back to Geelong. So it come from Adelaide, went to Geelong, then went back to fucking Geelong again. Dickheads. Shit. Yeah, well, in the Otways here, there's a little like most people know Lorne. Lorne's a really popular tourist like coastal town. There's a little town just up from that called Wye River. Wye River's been fucked over twice by bushfires, and now they've just had this massive flash flooding, sort of like what you're talking about. Them and this other caravan park near Lorne have had flash flooding, and there's been like the whole caravan park's been swept out to sea. So yeah, like the one close to Lorne, there's about 20 vehicles that got swept out to sea. That's how bad it was. Imagine waking up in the middle of the night and you fucking like your tent's like you've got all this water coming in your tent. Then all of a sudden you're like panicking, trying to get out of there, and then you see your fucking car going out to sea. Ugh. Yeah, it's like she's probably she would have come out here. She's been given everything she wants. She's probably earning more money off the government to sit at home than what I do to work my fucking ass off. And then she's getting in on the whole invasion day. Fuck off. Yeah, you're just looking down all the fucking mess, all the mess underneath you. Yeah. That's what I'm worried about with this new bill. I just feel like those cunts that you're referring to, they're just going to win more and more. Anytime they do something or they take over like they want to, we're just going to have to swallow our pride and not be allowed to say anything about it. It's so fucked. What can I do now? I'll just have a little bit of each one again, and then I'm going to do a combination. A combination sounds like a Chinese dish. I was about to do the voice, and I'm like, no, you can't be doing that now. When I was a kid, I used to do all like different ethnic voices at like family parties and stuff, and I'd have all my like cousins and uncles and aunties, and they'd all killing themselves laughing. It smells all right. If only it tasted as good as it smelled. Yeah. So what? How much did it cost you, dude? The best thing is when it's booked because then it's like you're going. It's done. If you got your passport and the flights are booked, it's like everything's sort of taken care of. I have heard with Vietnam, it's actually better to just organise your accommodation once you get there. They reckon a lot of hotels, it's better to just rock up to them and you'll get a better deal. if you end up paying in advance, you end up paying more. But it depends on the time of year you go to. Like if you're going in a real busy season, you'd sort of feel like you'd want to be prepared and sort of book in advance. It's a tough one. I'm always really prepared. Like I'll have stuff booked way before I'm going. But if I was going to Vietnam and it was a quieter time of the year, I'd go, fuck it. I'm just going to rock up and try and get a good place for cheap. Lemon. Yeah. 666, the number of the beast. So 666 from is it from Auckland to where like is it Auckland to Hanoi? Is that what what return? Is that what the 666 was? That's pretty good. Yeah, that's probably the best way to do it. Just have a place booked for when you first get there, and because yeah, it's probably the last thing you want to do is be walking around looking for accommodation when you just get somewhere and you're all fucked. No, it hasn't got any better. It feels like it's got more piney and more dry, but I'm still getting that off flavour. Auckland to Singapore. Yeah. Yeah, so you're sort of going like, and then back again. I watched a video today where a guy, like bald and bankrupt, I'm sure people know who I'm talking about, but he was flying somewhere and he had he must have had a half day layover in Philippines, in Manila. So he went and checked out the slums. I thought that's pretty cool, like to have the amount of time to just fucking get out of the airport, go check out the roughest hood in the city, and then yeah, get back on the plane again. It makes for good filming though. Fuck, those guys live tough. No. Westy, no good. I can't be too, but yeah. I mean, I'm talking like they're absolute trash, but there's good characters to them, but they've both just got this distinct note that you can't get past. It's this funny yeasty water quality thing. I don't know what it is, but it stops them from being decent beers because they've both got really nice citrus character, which is disappointing because you smell it and you taste it and you're like, fuck yeah, but then you get this funny aftertaste. But yeah, the aroma on the Westie is a lot nicer than the aroma on this one. On this one, you sort of get like a boozy, almost like diesel character. We're going trucking. Shapeshifter, I would like to try some more stuff from you to redeem yourselves. But if this is the last I ever have of your beers, I would be disappointed. I've that's what makes it hard for me. I've definitely had Shapeshifter beers that have been like really, really good quality. Another brewery that is like Steve probably knows for sure, Rocky Ridge. Rocky Ridge, I've had some brilliant beers from, and then I've had absolute slop. And I just don't rate them anymore because I've had way more shit beers than good beers. And they're sort of at the same sort of scale as what Shapeshifter are. They're one of those breweries that have a bit of hype to them, but they don't really deserve it. I don't know if it's just the Melbourne Rocky Ridge is shit because yeah, they have their own brewery here in Melbourne, and just so many of the beers I've had have just been terrible, and I've paid like really good money for some of them, and yeah, just been hugely disappointed. Yeah, I've still got to visit this brewery in South Melbourne and the distillery in Port Melbourne. Yeah, well, I'll organise it at some stage. I feel like this weekend, because it's a long weekend, I just want to chill at home, and I'll probably have a few more beers, like because last weekend I took it very easy because obviously I'd been out of action for a while, and then this week I've been very cautious, and I just don't. I'm just going to get to that level where I have a couple of beers and then stop. I don't want to like overdo it for a while. Got to look after myself. I'm in my middle ages of my life. Yeah, for sure. We got to do that Irish pub crawl, I reckon. I just think that will be an epic night. Starting off in, it's pretty much right near the Vic Market. Starting off there, then we go to the city, then we go to St Kilda, and what's it called? It's a suburb next to St Kilda. I think it starts with E, where the Jewish community is quite strong. Can you think of the suburb where it's real strong Jewish community and it's next to St Kilda, Josie? I reckon it starts with E or A. Yeah, that's it. Elstonwick. So yeah, that's where our pub crawl will be. There's one right across the road from the Vic Market, as in on the other side from where you guys were at Pentecost. And then the other one's in the city. I think it's like not far from like Parliament House. And then yeah, I think there was two in St Kilda and one in Elstonwick. We'll have a Guinness at everyone. Do you drink Guinness? Have you had Guinness before? We have to have a pint of Guinness at each pub. And we got to we got to split the G. I love splitting the G. I found this bottle shop in Perth the other day, and they had all these beers I really wanted, and I was so keen, and I was adding them all to the trolley, and I got a real good deal on the price of the beers. I was like, "Fuck yeah, this is going to cost me a bit," but I'm so keen because I had all these awesome beers, and then and then when I went to shipping and put in Victoria and all all the other shit, it come up $200 postage. I'm like, that's fucking more than the beers. I'm like, that's ridiculous. Yeah. Yeah, we have to have a Guinness at each one, and we could have like maybe a feed at one of them, and you just got to talk about the actual Guinness itself, but more the ambience of the pub, how it makes you feel. But yeah, I remember when he went to the one in one of the St Kilda ones, he sat out in the beer garden. That was pretty cool. The one that's near the Vic Market looks fucking unreal. Just real old school Irish pub. He goes that he said out of all of them that was his favourite because it made him feel like close to home, sort of thing. Yeah. Following in the footsteps of the Guinness guru, featuring Sammy and Juzzy. Melbourne edition. Let's do a cuvee, folks. Maybe the beer will taste better with both of them combined, but I'm going to be honest, I don't think it will. Yeah, I don't know. Not much. Sort of sucks because yeah, it's like it'd be awesome if Australia Day was like Saturday or Sunday because then I could just go down to Melbourne and stay the night. But yeah, I have to work obviously the next day, so. Oh, so you think the same? Yeah. So that's probably what it is, dude. It's probably what it is. Because I've had Rocky Ridge beers in WA. I've been to festivals where I've talked to the owner and I've been like really impressed. Like he's done some fucking real abstract lagers and some stouts and Westies and everything. And I've been like, nah, this brewery's awesome. They definitely deserve the hype. And then whenever I go to the Melbourne brewery and I buy takeaway cans and then I'm like, they're fucking shit. I'm like, it'll be like a triple West Coast IPA, dank pine citrus weed character, and you're just like, fuck yes, that's my beer. I have to get it. And I'll take it home and review it. And then it's like the shittest fucking beer I've ever had. And it cost me like $20 for one beer. So yeah, that sort of shit at Rocky Ridge really infuriated me. And I've been there. I don't mind the tap room because there's so many options with beers, and it's like just a cool tap room. But the amount of times I've had shit beers there, I'm just like, what's going on with Rocky Ridge? They're meant to be good. Lost my damn connection. Damn flood. Isn't there an Alice in Chains song that something about the flood? Oh, Culture Kings were having a sale, and I wanted to buy a couple of caps and some t-shirts and stuff. And they had a sick as sleep token shirt. I'm like, oh fuck yeah. And then I went to get it, and the only size they had was like small. I'm like, no, I won't be fitting into that. It's such a sick shirt too because it's take me back to Eden. It's just got that big figure on the front and the back, and I'm like, oh man, I'd nearly just buy the shirt just to hang it up somewhere. Yeah, they're good. Dainton Brewery. Yeah. Yeah, they were back in the day, Juzz. They were probably one of the better breweries in Melbourne. They've sort of slipped a little bit over the years, but they're still decent. Um, the guy that runs them's got a bit of a bad name, so a lot of people don't like him. I won't go into detail why, but it's just all things you hear and that it's like you don't know what to believe. But I've always thought he's pretty decent. I've got one of their caps somewhere. It looks like a fucking video game. They've actually got another brewery in like Ringwood or Lilydale or somewhere like that, up in that northeast corner. They got another brewery up there. They bought one that sold. Yep, cool. Yeah, I reckon I'll go. I reckon I'll do an overseas trip this year, but I reckon it'll be New Zealand. I want to go to uh, Beervana. I reckon Beervana would be very, very good. Because it'd just be cool too. Because obviously it's a beer festival. I've been to so many different beer festivals, and they can all be a bit samey. But when you go into one in another country, you know there's going to be all these breweries you've never tried before. And Croydon, that's it. You're on to it. Yeah, I knew it was up in that northeast somewhere. Because I went to whoever the brewery was before they bought it. I went to that brewery once. I went through a stage, Juzz. I used to go to Melbourne nearly every weekend, just trying to find breweries that I'd never been to before. And I went to all these fucking little breweries, and no one had ever heard of them. And they're like, "How do you know all these places?" But yeah, I was just that obsessed with the craft beer scene. I just used to check them all out. Ah, into the flood again. Nah, I know it says that in that song, but I was thinking there's an actual song that's got flood in the title. I might be wrong. Yeah, as soon as you said wood, I thought, yeah, it's definitely got flood in the lyrics. Back then, so I made a big mistake. That is a fucking rad tune. One song I was listening to today, and I was like, fuck, this song's good. Pearl Jam's Black. It's such a good tune. Do 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 do. I know you'll be a star. How annoyed would I be? fuck, I wish they'd hurry up and organise what they're doing. Because if they all of a sudden started, we've got an Aussie tour, and you know roughly when it's going to be, well, then I'll be like, okay, I'm going to have money put aside for it, and I'll take like a couple of days off work, sort of thing. Because I want to go to that concert so bad. I sort of wish that I had went to see them during the last album concert, but I don't think they played in this. I think they played in Australia, but it was more as a support act. Because I just Take Me Back to Eden's easily my favourite album of theirs. And it seems like their newer gigs, they're playing mostly songs off the new album. And they're playing, like, some of the feature songs are songs on the new album that I don't even like. So it's like, but you never know. They might bring out another album this year that's an absolute banger. I just hope they go back to, they need to go a bit more harder again. I just felt the last album was a bit soft. Yeah. It's got that like lagoon resort sort of vibe to it. I've been there a few times. Cheers, Brevis. Good to see you, dude. We were just talking about Philippines before. How you going over there? I'm imagining it's quite warm. Yeah, it's a fucking awesome song. Yeah, one of my mates at work went to see Pearl Jam 3 times in the same tour. He's seen them twice in Melbourne, and then he went up to Queensland for a family holiday, and they thought, fuck it, we'll go see him there as well. That's how much he loves them. Him and his son. Cheers, Joey. Sweet. That'd be rad. Are you going to go to Happy Land while you're in Manila? I was watching a travel vlogger today, and he was in Happy Land, the fucking slummiest area of Manila. Gotta be hard living like that. They're all just stacked on top of each other. They're fucking like living amongst like real fucking polluted water, and be a fucking nightmare. Oh, cool. I don't even know if I've had any beers from Montana. Are there any big like macro breweries that I'd know of from Montana? Yeah, I can't even think of any craft breweries from there. I've had craft breweries from like North Dakota and like Minneapolis, Wisconsin, Idaho, Iowa. Probably most of them, but not fucking there. Montana Brewing Company. Big Sky. Were they good? Do 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 do. Now I've got black in my head. And somebody else. Do 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 do. Oh, that's what I was going to do. The Kube, the leftover of the two shit beers together. Let's do it. So yeah, this is for those that just joined. Hit the like button too. It's a brewery from Adelaide, and they're normally, when I've had them in the past, they've been okay. But I've tried a West Coast and a hazy here from them, and both of them have just got this distinct character, sort of like a yeasty or a water character that's sort of off-putting. And yeah, it's a bit annoying. They've both got the same thing. Apart from that, like the beers sort of had potential, so yeah, it's a little bit annoying. Oh, good tune. Yeah, Cornell's definitely one of the best. Yeah, Like a Stone. I remember when that song first came out. It was my favourite song at the time, and I used to just play it over and over and over again. And because I was always the sort of person that got into most music before others did, obviously all of a sudden people started playing it like after I'd heard it so many times, so it sort of got a bit annoying then. I was talking about the other day, I actually prefer Audio Slave to Soundgarden. For me, I just thought there were a lot more tunes that weren't singles and that for me for Audio Slave that were better than Soundgarden's discography. There might be a lot of people that disagree, but I just felt Audio Slave's 3 albums were fucking unreal. Like there was not many bad songs. And I mean, yeah, you've got 3 fucking awesome musos from Rage with like one of the best rock singers of all time. I just think it worked really well. Yeah. Yeah. Spoon Man. Elvis goes all right. Fuck yeah. Welcome in, bro. Now, I don't mind a bit of Elvis. Elvis reminds me of my grandma. Me and her were really close, and she used to listen to a lot of Elvis, the Beatles, John Farnham. If you're Australian, you know who John Farnham is. Um, yeah, we used to pretty much just listen to tunes and talk shit. And I didn't even know. I was a kid at the time. I would have been about 13 or 14. I used to stay at her house every Wednesday night. And apparently she was a raging alcoholic and I didn't know. But every night, apart from that one night I was there, she'd be just smashing beers and then hiding them under her bed. But when I come around, she's like, oh, that I was sort of her escape from like, because she was obviously like massively depressed and lonely and that because my grandpa died, and I think that's what sort of turned her to alcohol and stuff. I mean, it's a different world back then. But yeah, I used to come around and that was sort of her getaway. She didn't need a beer when I come around. So if I had known that, I would have got on the beers with her. I'll have one with her when I pass away. She's probably looking down on me thinking, yep, you go all right. Yeah, Black Hole Sun's a good tune. They got good tunes, but I just think, yeah, just going over the whole discography and just songs that, I don't know, I just get into more. I just appreciate Audio Slave more. So yeah, hit the thumbs up, peeps, if you haven't already. As I was saying, these two beers, they're from Shapeshifter in Adelaide. So one's called the Force of Clarity, which is a West Coast. And the other's called the Force of HAZE, which is an oat cream double IPA. And they both like very, very citrusy. They sort of had potential. They both smelt all right. The appearance was a little bit shifty. But I used the word shifty, shapeshifter. Anyway, yeah, they just both had this funny like an off-putting flavour at the end. And I just put it down to I honestly think it's like a yeast thing, but it could be water profile as well. Yeah, fucking oath. I just think Rage Against the Machine or Audio Slave is in the guitarist, bassist, and drummer. I think all three of them are absolute elite level at each instrument. So that's what makes them such a massive band, because Cornell's obviously an elite singer. That's what makes a band like Chili Peppers so fucking good, because apart from the singer, all the other band members are fucking like absolute world class at each instrument. Shifty. I used to love going to Freezer concerts back in the day, and Rage, like Killing in the Name, would be one of the main tunes. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. Everyone would just be getting right into it. Yeah, Rise Against. Yeah, they're good. I haven't listened to Rise Against for a while. I need to visit the bathroom, so I'm going to have to wrap this up. Yeah, how old does that make you feel? Especially because I was at Freezer concerts as a teenager, and bands were playing that song. I would actually say that Rage Against the Machine, self-titled, is one of my favourite albums of all time. There's one for you. No, your enemy. Just so many fucking bangers on it. Bomb track. Do 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 do. Yeah, Battle of Los Angeles. Yeah, that was good. Just wasn't as epic as the self-titled, I reckon. Yeah, this cuvee is pretty average, just like the two beers. Even the cover album was pretty good. We're the Renegades of Funk. So I'm going to give both beers a 4 out of 5. Probably could have went lower, but I'll have to get to the bottom of what that funny note is because, yeah, as I said, there's definitely characters there that I like. But yeah, there's no way that they're beers that I thought they were going to be. And like just based on those two, it sort of turns me away from buying stuff from them in the future. So they are a brewery I'll definitely visit when I get to Adelaide, and that could change my opinion. I probably need to find out exactly when they were brewed. I need to look on Untapped just to see what other people thought of those two in particular. And yeah, go from there. I'm going to head off. I've got a early start in the morning. Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous. I just think Lars gets so carried away when he plays live and he just falls out of time a bit. But he's in like one of the biggest fucking bands in the world and it's like a huge stadium. It'd be so hard with timing and sound and all that shit. Apparently Lars has James's guitar in his headphones, which I find very odd because normally the drummer will have the bass guitarist, like the rhythm section sort of thing. So yeah, but like there'll be times where James can hear Lars's drumming getting a bit sloppy, so then he'll sort of change the tempo slightly, so then it gets back on track again. Like I remember listening to an interview with him; it was really cool. Anyway, guys, thanks for chiming in. It's been another good stream. I'll be back. Don't know if I'll be back tomorrow night, but definitely Friday. We'll see what happens. I'll probably do one tomorrow night, one the next night. I've been pretty quiet this week, so yeah. As I said, I'm going to do that. I want to do that Piney boy from Working Title in Brisbane. I want to do the 4 beers from Evil Megacorp in Freo, Western Australia, and then yeah, I've got a couple of foreign beers as well. So yeah, cheers, guys, and we will see you again soon. Hit the like if you haven't already. Love yous.